Making sure we're on. Okay, let's hope that works. That's a bit loud, isn't it? Is that a bit loud? Okay, welcome everyone to Chair Yoga. Lots of people here today. Nice to meet you. We'll talk later. Okay, how's everyone doing? Everything's sore. Okay. So just a normal week, really, yeah. Well, the people who are not feeling great, just take it easy, okay? People who are feeling great, you can go wild and, exactly. And the rest of us will just kind of, do what feels good, yes. Don't do anything that doesn't feel good. Take your time and, we'll get through it. So let's start by sitting up nice and tall. I've got this huge water bottle now. It's like a weapon if I throw this. So sit up tall. Feet are flat on the floor or on your block if your feet don't reach the floor. Draw the ribs in. Think of the top of the head reaching for the ceiling. It's getting really tall. Relax the shoulders. And then let the back rest against the chair. I'm going to have to move so I'm not looking directly at Laura the whole time because she'll drive. Now I'm looking at Brian. And let the chin drop. And take a few breaths. Okay, I can't do this. It's too loud. Stick it somewhere else. And it might help if you bring your hands to your belly or one to your belly, one to your chest. Whatever feels good to you, you can keep them down. Just to focus on the movement of your breath. So as you breathe in, the belly expands, the chest might lift a little. And as you breathe out, everything relaxes. So do a few like that, focusing on that movement of the belly and the chest. It doesn't have to be really slow. Just move at a speed that's comfortable for you. And begin to notice your back ribs. As you breathe in, feel your back moving a little bit towards the chair and relaxing as you breathe out. If you have your hands on your chest or your belly, let's bring them back to the thighs. You can slowly open your eyes. Let's just make sure everyone is facing this way so that you're not sitting turning. Just turn your chair a little so you're facing directly so you're not turning your head. Let's move the head a little bit, lifting it up. Slowly lowering the chin, letting the back of the neck lengthen. Do a couple like that. I'm already hot. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. We'll come back through the center and we'll just slowly turn the head towards the right, noticing if you feel any tension. Come back through the center, turn it slowly to the left. Maybe it turns further one side than the other. Do one more to each side. Let's come back to the center. Let's move our wrists a little bit. In any way you like, you can let them shake, you can just move them around, and then move from the elbows. Again, you can make circles, you cross them, and then move from the shoulders. Yes, like wind socks. We need wind socks every week, don't we? Just get everything moving around, and then we'll bring the arms down, and let's move the shoulders a little bit, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears, and then relaxing them down, lifting them up, And down, 2 more like that. So lifting up, so your neck's disappearing, and then imagine the neck is coming up and out like a turtle. And once more. And then we'll make some circles at the shoulders. So I'm going to bring my hands to my, I was going to say elbows, but shoulders, thank you, because that would be hard. I make some big circles, bring the elbows forward and back. If that doesn't feel good, you can keep the arms down. Yep, it is warm, isn't it? Not yet. And then reverse that direction. Ooh. And then let the arms come down and be really heavy, and just let them move forward and back. So you can do one at a time if you want to act like you're going for a walk. You can move them together. You can bend the elbows, keep them straight. We're just moving around a little bit. And let's swing them a little bit side to side. Try not to smack each other or hit the wall. And let's come back to the center. And we'll come back to our hands. We'll make a fist. And we'll make circles. And switch directions. So let's check in with our posture while we're doing this. Are we still sitting up relatively straight, or have we slumped forward? So if you've slumped forward, draw the shoulder blades down and sit up nice and tall. Let's stretch the fingers out as wide as they'll go, and then curl them into fists. Stretching them wide, and then curl them in. Let's do it 2 more times. Stretch and fist, and stretch and fist. Then we'll add to it. Stretch and claw and beak and fist. Stretch and claw and beak and fist. Once more like that. Stretch and claw and beak and fist. So we're going to change it up. Stretch and beak and claw and beak and stretch and fist and beak and claw and beak and fist and stretch and fist and claw. Okay, now close your eyes. That was pretty good. It's almost like you've been doing this for a couple of years now and can do it, right? Yeah, eventually we do. I'll have to think of something we are not doing. Okay, so eyes closed, just listen. Beak, claw, beak, stretch, fist, claw, stretch, claw, fist, beak, claw, beak, fist, stretch, beak, claw, fist, claw, fist, stretch, relax. So your face, I should have taken a picture of that. It was painful, just concentrating so hard. Yeah, stretch out those fingers. Oh, I don't know, is it the rain that makes us feel all kind of achy? I don't know. Yeah. Let's start with that right hand. So you're holding a platter, 2 fingers of the left hand, let it rest on the pinky finger. Remember, we're not pushing actively down, we're just letting it rest there. We're still maintaining good posture. Move to the ring finger while we're pretending that we're maintaining good posture. And then the middle finger. Is that sound from the music or is it from something else? I don't know. Okay. It's sort of in time though, isn't it? Yeah. And then the index finger. And then the thumb. I think it might be the music. Yeah. It's just bouncing off, maybe. And then let's give those fingers a little rub. We're just rubbing. And if there's one knuckle that's a little bit sorer than the other, you can give that a little bit of attention. Let's try the other hand, starting with that palm up. Wow. Congratulations on your restraint. We appreciate it. Okay. And then the ring finger. Plus we haven't finished yet, have we? And then the middle finger. I feel I didn't get the yellow or red memo today. It's all very colourful. And I'm like black on black, yeah. And then the index finger. And then the thumb. Let's give whatever needs attention some attention. Rubbing the knuckles, rubbing thumb. Let's bring our hands out. We're going to tap each finger towards the thumb. So just tap, 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 tap. It's okay if it doesn't actually reach the thumb. We're just going in that direction. Smile while you're doing it. Tap, tap. Once more. Tap, 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 tap. Give a little wiggle like you're tickling someone. There's definitely something wrong with my thumbs today. Push the hands out. Push the palms down. Lift them up and push them down. Once more up and then down. Let them face towards each other and then try to push them out. Face each other and then push them out. They don't want to do that, do they? Or mine don't. And then bring them down, give them a little shake. Let's interlace the fingers. Push the palms away. Oh, let's just let that rest there for a moment. Let's bring them back in. I know, something seems hard, something simple. Let's push them out. Maybe keep a softer interlace if your wrists are a bit stiff, like mine. Ooh. Then bring them back in. And we'll do that once more. Push them out. You're going to keep them interlaced if you can and lift them up. As you lift them up, let the chest lift. And next time you're bringing them down, exhale, rounding the spine, bringing the arms down. So this doesn't have to be a really big movement, okay? Inhale to lift, so you could have your elbows bent, your arms might just come here, whatever feels good. And exhale to fold. Nice and slow breath in. And fold. This time we'll lift the arms up. We're going to release those hands and then take a side bend to the right. So keeping that left side heavy on the chair. Come up through the center and then up and over. Do that once more to each side. Come up and over. We're going to come once more towards the right. And turn the head down towards the floor a little bit. Let's bring that left hand to the thigh. Still looking down towards the floor. And then slowly lengthen the spine. So you're looking towards that shoulder. Nice long spine. So sit up nice and tall first. So everyone come back to the center. Bring the left hand to the thigh. Keep the spine nice and vertical and just take a twist. So some of you will do it this way, some of you doing this way. So we're just going to twist. That right arm can come to the hip, it can come behind you. And depending on how your neck's feeling, you might be able to look towards that right shoulder. You might not want to go very far. Keep breathing. Then we'll release that right arm. If you've got room, you can reach it behind. Otherwise, we'll bring it all the way up and over, down to the opposite knee, and then come into that forward fold and just hang out there for a breath or two. We'll slowly lengthen, bring the hands to the waist, slide them up so you're taking the shirt off and dropping it on the floor. Bring everything down to the floor, let those shoulders move around. Let's check in with our posture again, feet flat on the floor, knees parallel if you can. Interlace the fingers. Look down at your thumb. Whatever thumb is on top, you're going to switch it. And then switch all the other fingers. That's how it makes me feel too. I'm going to push it away. Ooh. And then bring it in. push away, and bring it in. I'm going to loosen mine a little bit, push away, and then this time we'll lift up as we breathe in, a little arch in the back, and as you exhale, tuck the tail under and fold forward. We'll do a couple of those. Inhale, slowly lift, and fold. One more full one, lifting up, and coming down. This time as you lift up, we're going to release the hands. Stay nice and tall and take a side bend to the left. So think of the opposite side pushing down. Come up through the center and over to the other side. Thank you. Up to the center. Someone's paying attention. Reaching up as you breathe in, breathe out, take that side bend. We'll do one more. Reaching up and over to the left. We'll turn the head to look down towards the floor. Relax that right hand down to the thigh. Just pause there. Now let's sit up straight first, and then we'll take that twist. So just make sure you can release that right hand. So the hand is not helping you pull into a twist. It's just resting there. And we'll release the left arm, sweep it all the way up and over, come down to the opposite knee, and fold forward. Let's slowly lift up, bringing those arms overhead, big circle, bring them as far behind you as you can. You might need to bend your elbows, and let them be heavy. Ooh. So let's give our arms and shoulders a little rest, and we'll come onto our feet. You're keeping your shoes on today? Okay. Lift the heels. Just hold it there. Lift the right foot. Bring it down. Lift the left foot. That's hard, right? Lower it down. Lift the toes. Pull them back towards the shins. Sit up nice and tall. Lift the right foot. Lower it. Lift the left foot. Lower it and bring it down. Lift both heels and lift both toes. Lift the heels and the toes. What's on your socks, Cricket? I can't tell. Okay. And then we'll lift one heel and the opposite toe. And switch. And switch. She's got it, by George, she's got it. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And then we'll go for our little run into the center, out to the side. Yeah, they're good socks too. Out to the side. You can do it fast, you can do it slow, depending on how you're feeling. And then we'll pause. So let's get our knees moving a little bit. Ooh. Lifting the leg a little bit or a lot. And as that begins to feel okay, if it does, you can think of really stretching the back of that leg and reaching through the heel. So depending on how you're feeling today, that might be a bigger lift than normal, or it might be less. It says cross. So reach and really reach through the heel. Bring it down, lift and reach through the heel. Let's do that again. Lift the right leg, reach through the heel. Try and pull that back. Lift and reach. So this movement is very important for your balance. So we're going to lift the right leg. We're going to point the toes and then pull them back. Point and flex. So if you need to, you can have your foot on the floor to do that, or rest it on something. You don't have to hold your leg up if it's too hard. And then we're going to make circles. Ooh. So we're going to try to keep the ankle still and make that, keep the leg still and make the circle just from that ankle rolling around. And then we'll switch directions. And for cricket, we will write with our big toe, Dr. Pepper. We're doing the abbreviated DR for doctor, right? We're not going to do the whole thing. So Dr. There's a lot of P's there, isn't there? Still trying to just move at the ankle, not the whole leg. That's a lot of work. And bring it down and give it a little shake. I mean, that's... Let's try the other leg. So left leg out, will point and flex a few times. And you might notice you have more mobility in one ankle than the other, or that one clicks and the other one doesn't. I can't tell what's on yours. Huh? What do yours say?
It's got California landmarks.
Oh, okay. And then we'll make our circles, trying to keep the leg still. And then switch directions. So then with this foot, we're going to write Hollywood. Lots of O's and L's. And then bring it down. Oh, it's beginning to feel like work, isn't it? And give it a little shake. Take a little break here. Take some water, whatever you've got in your bottle. Oh. Let's do a little bit of work. I know, it's so much better. We're on a sit like this, so we're not going to sit like this. We're going to sit up tall and do a little bit of work on our core. So we'll review how we can find that core, because we've got new people and some of you haven't done this for a while. So a few things to think about. We're going to use the exhale breath for this action. So when we breathe in, when we breathe out, think of the belly button pulling in towards the spine and tucking its way up underneath the ribs, and then relax. Breathing in, exhale, belly button comes in, lifts up. Good. Once more. It doesn't have to actually move, we're just thinking of that, okay? So another way to think about it is these hip bones. Think of them squeezing towards each other, and think of the ribs closing like they were curtains or doors. They're trying to pull towards each other. So we're trying to pull everything in towards the center, like we're wearing a really tight jacket and we're zipping it up. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull everything in. Think of those hip points squeezing towards each other, and you might feel the work down here. Breathe in, exhale, dribbling, and once more breathing in. Pull it in. So can you feel a little bit of tightness there? Now, obviously, if you've had abdominal surgery or something, you probably shouldn't be trying too hard. So you can stick with just that breathing. That is good work to do. If you want to add to it, let's come to our I Dream of Genie arms. It's the universal symbol across all generations. So we're going to not move very far. We're going to keep the spine nice and straight if we can, and lean back a couple of inches. Then use that breath out to pull you forward. So we're not using our legs, we're using that breath, and then these core muscles, these abdominals, to pull us forward. Doesn't have to be very far. It does feel like a little bit of work. If you don't like those arms, you could do your zombie arms. And if you want to be a little more fancy, you could lift one leg. I don't know if that really makes it any more difficult, to be honest. If you have lifted one leg, then you need to switch it. If you like it on the floor, it's fine. You don't have to do it. Keep using that breath. Maybe you can do both legs. Once more. And then if your core isn't tired, your arms will be. Yeah, it's supposed to be work. Move around a little bit. There's little helicopter arms swinging from side to side. Whew. Okay, come back to the center. We're going to try to see if we can remember how to serve tea. I feel that we haven't been here very much. I don't know why. If maybe I was away a week and then we had the power outage. So it just feels like I don't know. It does feel like a long time. So we'll start with that right arm and we'll turn it out to the side. So remember, we're holding a delicate cup of china here. Lift it up, turn it over your head. And then turn it around, bring it all the way down. Let's do that a couple of times, just sweeping it out and around and then down. So think of it like a spiral. Nice and smooth. And then down. We'll do that once more, and we're going to add to it. If I can remember how to do that. We're going to come down, and this time we're going to bring it in towards the waist and reach it behind. And then bring it back. Let's just repeat that part. In towards the waist and behind. So it doesn't really matter if we do it properly. We're just trying to move so that the shoulder moves in all directions. Sweep it up. Then a big spiral all the way out and around. And a big spiral all the way up and back. Let's do that once more. And then let that shoulder just relax. We've got two shoulders, so we have to do it again. So we'll start off easy, out to the side, and little over, and then down. Out to the side and up, and down. Definitely spilling some tea here. Yeah. Think of it as a tea rinse for your hair, okay? And then we're going to come in and go back. And then come back. We'll try that back part again. In towards the waist. And then out. My shoulder's so tight. And then we'll do the whole thing. So out to the side and up and around. Again, think of that helix coming down and around. So you might need to make it smaller. Maybe you can make it really big. And let's do one more sweeping up. And then sweep it down. Let it come crashing to the floor and let that shoulder relax. Ooh. Can you still hear it? I think it was the music. So we're going to turn to the side. So turn towards your right side. Feet are flat on the floor. So the right foot is in front of you, left foot is somewhere out to the side, depending on how your legs are feeling. So equal weight on those sits bones. Let's just do one arm. So let's hold on to the back of the chair with that right arm. And take the left arm up. It's like half a warrior one. Reaching, so think of getting long through that whole left side. And then if it feels okay, you can lift that other arm up next to it. We'll bring the arms down. Right arm in front, left arm behind. So a little bit of a turn in the rib cage. And we're looking over that right hand for warrior two. And we'll sweep that back arm up and forward. I'm going to take hold of the chair again with that right arm. And let that left foot slide out towards the center of the room. So we're still facing that right leg. Heels on the floor, toes are reaching back. So you may already feel a stretch in your leg just by lifting those toes. So if you do, you can stay there. If you want a little bit more stretch, you can hinge towards that leg, always holding onto the chair. And you can have your head looking at anything here. I like to look down at my foot. You can keep it looking straight ahead. I wouldn't recommend trying to look at the ceiling. Keep pulling those toes back. Keep the spine nice and long. And then let's bring everything back up. Bend that leg in. Let's move it around a little bit. And then keeping hold of the chair, we'll turn all the way around to the other side. So now we're holding onto the back of the chair with the left hand. That right foot is out to the side, and we'll lift that right arm up nice and tall, reaching through the fingertips. You can stay there, or you can lift that left arm up to meet it. Keep breathing. And we'll bring the arms down, left arm in front, right arm behind. Shoulders are relaxed. So we'll drop that right shoulder a little bit, looking at those left fingers. And sweep that back arm forward and up into your warrior one. Let's bring the left hand down to the chair, release the right hand, and we'll slide that right leg out into the middle. Ooh. Staying here or hinging a little bit towards that extended leg. And we'll slowly come back up, bring that leg in, give it a little shake around. And then we'll slowly make our way back around. To the front. Plant the feet and bring the forearms to the thighs and take a little breather. Letting the back lengthen. Breathe into the back ribs. And slowly lengthen the spine to come sit nice and tall. We'll come into our sun salutation. So let's start with the arms down by the side, because we're waiting for the sun, okay? Inhale, slowly lift the arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. So remember, you can take a little fold, or if you like it, you can fold really far forward, whatever feels good today. We're coming up halfway, lengthening the spine to draw the shoulder blades down. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and reach the arms up. Exhale, a big sweep all the way down. Take a breather here, once in and once out. Let's find that posture. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and sweep the arms up. And exhale, big sweep down. As the arms are coming down, think of your spine getting longer, like a corkscrew, pulling it up as the arms come down. Do that one more time. Let's start with some good posture. Shoulders are back a little bit, inhaling up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and reach the arms all the way up. This time we'll bring the hands together and lower them down in front. And since our wrists, or my wrists, were so tight earlier, let's take a little wrist stretch. We did this last week and mine have got worse. Turning and pointing towards yourself. Ooh. You're much better behaved when you're not sitting next to Laura. Yeah. Let's do one more. And we'll pause there. Let's inhale and sweep the arms up. And this time we'll come to our cactus arms. Keeping that spine nice and long, hinge forward. And then fold. We'll come up halfway again. And fold. Inhale to lift and reach all the way up. And we'll exhale to our cactus. Let's take a side bend to the right. Come up through the center and side bend left. We'll do that once more. So inhale through the center, exhale to bend. Inhale, get tall. Exhale and bend. Inhale, lower the hands. Lift the chin and chest, draw the shoulder blades together, reach the elbows back. And then turn the opposite way, tuck the tail under round the spine, let the arms come forward. We'll do that one more time, lifting up the chin and the chest, elbows reach back, shoulder blades draw together. And as you exhale, tuck the tail under round the spine. We'll take a breath or two here. We'll do one more sun salutation. So we'll sit up nice and tall. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Inhale and sweep up. And exhale to cactus. Hinge forward and fold. Lifting halfway, lengthen that spine, and then fold. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale to cactus arms. This time we're going to take a twist. So twisting to the right, come back to the center, and twist to the left. Now, as you're taking the next twist, I want you to think about the twist starting from the back of your shoulder blade. So think of the back of that right shoulder blade pulling you around. Ooh. Back to the center. And then the left shoulder blade is helping pull you around. Let's do that once more just to convince you. Get those back muscles working. Good. Once more to the left. Nice. Lower the hands. Lift the chin and chest. Draw the elbows back. Tuck the tail under round the spine. Come forward. And we'll do one more. Lift the chin and chest. Let's reach the arms behind like an airplane. Reach to its fingertips. And then wrap everything around the opposite way. And take a few breaths in your child's pose. So you can keep your hands on your knees. You can bring your forearms to your thighs. And just breathe. Let's slowly lengthen. Do a little bit of arm stretching. So we'll take the right hand out, like a stop. Turn the palm down and lower that shoulder, unlike mine, and then just lengthen that arm. Lots of sound effects today. Just notice where you feel that stretch. It might be in the arm, might be in the shoulder. And let's release that. Give it a little shake, let it get heavy. And then we're going to sweep this arm across and catch it with the other arm. Ooh. And let's look over the right shoulder. Keep breathing. And let's bring the head back to the center, release the arms, and make a few circles with that right shoulder. And let's try the left hand. We'll stop. Turn the palm down, stretch it back. So it's a different feeling if you use your fingers or your palm. So you can try that. You could bend your elbow. Find a way that feels comfortable. Try to keep that left shoulder a little more relaxed. And keep breathing. And let's release that. Give it a little shake. And then we're going to sweep it across the body and catch hold of it with the opposite forearm. And look over that left shoulder. And then bring the head back to the center, release that. Give it a few circles. We're going to do that second stretch again, because sometimes when we do a movement, it feels okay. And the second time you do it, it seems so much easier. So let's take that right arm and sweep it across, hook it in, and look how much further it feels easier. I don't know, maybe it's just in my head. You can turn and look over the right shoulder. There are a lot of things going on inside there. And then let's release it. And we'll try the other arm. Left arm, hook it in. Now, is it my imagination or does it feel easier the second time around, right? So I think sometimes we stretch and it feels really stiff, and then we get a chance to stretch and it feels a bit better. Yeah, yeah. It seems quite intense, and then we'll release it. Let's try that on our legs then. Not that. Your right leg over the shoulder. Scoot forward a little bit. We'll take the right leg. Kicks out of your knee. Right foot out in front. Heels on the floor. So start by pulling the toes back. And you might already feel a stretch. If you have tight hamstrings, you'll feel it here. That left foot is flat on the floor. So bring it forward a little bit. Nice long spine, and we'll hinge forward. And you may feel no stretch. You might feel it behind your ankle, your calf, anywhere up this back line of the body. Keep pulling those toes back towards the shin. And then try to relax here. And let's slowly come back up. Bring that leg in. Give it a little shake around. Well, it's looking delightful out there, isn't it? And left leg out. Right foot's flat on the floor. Pull the toes back towards the shin and hinge forward. And you might notice one leg feels different than the other. Relax your shoulders, Carolyn. Shoulders. And then slowly come back up. Give that leg a little shake around. So now we'll try our pigeon. So this is where some of you might want your block. So we'll start with the right leg. Heel is at the ankle, or it can come to a block. It can come a little higher, or it might be able to come up to the thigh. Do you want a block? You got it? Yeah. So flex that right foot so it's pointing back to the shin again. And we want equal weight on those sits bones. So if we've got our leg up here, but we're kind of all over to the left side, try to get nice and tall. And then, right, our knees are all going to be in different places. And you might already feel a big stretch, so just stay there. Or you can hinge forward an inch or two. When you feel some resistance, you can ease off and take a breath or two, and then maybe hinge forward a bit more. We'll slowly lengthen. Unwind that leg and just take hold of it or move it around just in case you've got any tension in that hip socket. And then we'll try the other leg. So it might be completely different hip, staying on the floor or the block, or getting up and over. Equal weight on the sits bones. Toes are pulling back. And maybe hinge forward a little bit. This is where we need valet parking. I know. It's a good sound when you're inside and you don't have to go out. Yeah. That's so loud. Take a few slow breaths. Remember, we're trying to have something relaxed, not have it stretched really tight. Now let's slowly unwind. Move that leg around a little bit. Let's do one final, my neck is still stiff, so it's all about me. So we'll do what I want to do. We're going to drop the chin and then bring it, the right ear towards the right shoulder, and like you're making an upside down U down through the center and the other way. Nice and easy. Doesn't have to be really big. We'll come back to the center. Let's turn the head to the right. We'll just hold it there. We're not trying to push it really far. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Feel the length from that left ear all the way down to that left shoulder. In fact, let's release that left arm. Let it hang down heavy. The other left. Bring the hand back. Turn the head back to the center. And then turn it to the left. Holding it there. Keep breathing. Feeling that length, you can release the right arm, just letting it hang down, just letting it be heavy. And then bring the hand back, bring the head back to the center, a few shoulder circles. And let's get set up for our Shavasana. So however is a comfortable way to sit. That might mean putting your feet on the block, or if you're at home, lying down or changing where you're sitting. So we still want that long spine, but we'll let the back relax against the chair. Let the chin drop. And if you're comfortable with your eyes closed, go ahead and close them. Draw your elbows back. Hands are on the thighs so your arms can be heavy. And we'll start just by noticing your breathing. And we'll focus on the forehead and the temples, cheekbones, the jaw, the tongue, and the throat. And the back of the neck. And across your upper back to the shoulders. Down past your shoulder blades, and focus just for a breath or two on that area of your spine between the shoulder blades. And moving down your spine, feel your back ribs against the chair. Down to your waist. Notice your breath and how you may move your chest. Rise and fall of the collarbone. Movement of your belly. Letting your shoulders relax. Your upper arms. your elbows, your lower arms. Feel the heat from the palms of your hands on your thighs. And let that heat extend down to your fingertips. Notice where the back of your legs hits the chair and where your thighs are feeling the warmth from your hands. Your knees be relaxed, your lower legs, down to your ankles, and the soles of your feet on the floor. And let the heat reach the tips of your toes. And come back to your breathing, noticing the rise and fall of the belly, one breath at a time. And begin to lengthen your breathing. Making the inhale and exhale just a little longer. And invite some small movements back, starting with fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Maybe lengthening one leg and then the other, lengthening the arms. It might feel good to take a big stretch. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Thank you all for sharing your time with me. See you next week. Be well. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.